You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, this Fox Sports lawsuit just got a whole lot more interesting, folks. Because now it definitely seems like the centerpiece of everything that's been going on is really centered around Charlie Dixon and Joy Taylor. Now, Skip Bayless, of course, was pretty much the lead in this lawsuit here because, you know, he's a big name. But once we found out about the Joy Taylor stuff, it got much more bigger, guys, because essentially her and Charlie Dixon were affecting shows. According to the lawsuit anyway, Joy Taylor ended up on Undisputed simply because she was sleeping with Charlie Dixon. It said that Skip Bayless didn't even want her, guys. And of course, Joy Taylor was there for a while. And now she's actually on Speak on FS1. Yeah. But what was Speak before it was Speak? It was called Speak for Yourself. Guess who was on that show, guys? Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley. Now, guys, we all know what Jason Whitlock actually had to say about Joy Taylor. And now Marcellus Wiley is weighing in, guys, on this whole thing. And this man is actually thinking about taking legal action on Fox Sports. Because you guys know he's not on there anymore. He left in 2022. He's out and Joy Taylor's in. Yeah. Now, Whitlock, he's not going to be suing on Fox Sports. And he actually has an interview here with Marcellus Wiley. And Wiley does admit, yeah, lawyers are reaching out to me and I'm definitely considering taking up their offer to sue Fox Sports. Folks, this could probably be the beginning of the end of FS1. Yeah, because in the case of Marcellus Wiley, and you're going to actually hear him say this in this interview with Whitlock, when they're doing contract negotiations or whatever, they basically tell him, hey, we're doing a show and we don't want you. And then Joy Taylor ends up taking his spot. Now, that's just very, very brief right there. But we need to go ahead and watch the clip so you guys can get the whole entire context here. But it does say here, after a former Fox Sports hairstylist filed a bombshell lawsuit against Fox Sports, Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, Charlie Dixon, and Fox Corps, amongst other defendants, a former FS1 host, Marcellus Wiley, says he's currently considering taking legal action of his own. Wiley shared that revelation in an upcoming interview with Jason Whitlock, a preview of the clip, which was shared on social media Tuesday. I completely missed this, guys. I really did. Wiley, who worked for Fox between 2018 and 2022, was a co-host on Speak for Yourself. After he left the company in 2022, the show was rebranded with Taylor, Joy Taylor, and LaShawn McCoy joining as new co-hosts. Taylor now co-hosts Speak with Keyshawn Johnson and Paul Pierce. The former NFL player told Whitlock that he's been contacted by lawyers who think he has an actionable case related to how his time with FS1 ended. So, let's go ahead and play this clip right here, guys. Here we go.
I'm going to ask the elephant in the room. I and I'm not saying this to stir crap. I'm not saying this to bait you into this. I'm a journalist, and this is what I do in my nature. As it relates to you, I could see someone saying, hey, Marcellus, this is actionable on your part, that you were harmed here. I don't think I could say that because what the checkmate piece that Fox Sports would put in front of me is like, hey, Jason, we offered you a 2-year deal at the same rate of pay, and you said no. And we offered you this deal. And they'd further argue to me is like, hey, this is in the middle of the pandemic when everything was up in the air. And so we weren't in a position to perhaps offer you the money that the success of the show says you should have. And so they got an airtight argument that, hey, Whitlock, we made you an offer based on the way you operate. We knew we were making you an offer that you would refuse, but we made you a fair offer, and you could have stayed and you could have been still making quite a bit of money and blah, blah, blah. As it relates to you, I don't know if they could make that argument that you were treated fairly and didn't have your opportunity undermined.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. From my position, because it's 24 hours since I truly digested this, and people have reached out. Let me just be real about that. People are coming at me from a lot of different directions, including legally saying, Marcellus, take another look at what you went through. And I'm trying to take that look right now because I know of the influences that were around me. I know what they offered me. And when I say offer, I'm being loose with this because as you look back on it, you start to realize the first thing they said to me is, we're not doing that show again, and we're not doing it with you.
You guys heard that? We're not doing this show, Speak for Yourself, and we're not doing it with you. And now it's called Speak, and Joy Taylor's in there. Yeah.
So now we want to do something with you. What can that be? But that right there in itself became a tornado of nothing. Like we just went around in a bunch of circles.
In other words, they didn't want you around. They did not want Marcellus Wiley around. Wow.
To the point where I said, you know what, it's time for me to bet on myself because it feels like I'm getting a runaround here. Yeah, you know, once I know, I'm going to let you know. I'm not the type to hide behind it. But yeah, lawyers are reaching out to me because when they saw me get surprised by the allegations, especially the one about Charlie Dixon, they said that is actionable. And now I'm trying to make sure that everything that I went through and everything that I read in that article is actually true. Because the last thing I want to do, look, I've been 2 years removed from it. I didn't try to burn down Emmanuel Acho knowing that he was plotting. Joy Taylor, I still see her all the time. I wasn't trying to burn her down, even though I knew she was plotting. To me, that's just like going to coach after the game, say, hey, you know, if you give me the ball.
Wait a minute. He said that he knew that Joy Taylor was plotting and Acho too? That's something to consider right there.
I get more yards. But when you bring it from another perspective, that coach is actually doing something on the side, and that's influencing his decision more than just the production, just the numbers, that's a different conversation.
I want to be clear with the audience, yourself, Charlie Dixon, anybody that's watching. I am someone who.
So that is the preview clip right there, guys. Marcellus Wiley. Wow. Look down here. Because on his podcast, this is what he said right here. He says, Wiley previously discussed the allegations on his podcast Monday, saying that while the details were news to him, it helped him make sense of his situation. Quote, unlocking the piece of Charlie. If true, I'm looking at my history and I'm looking at the history of a lot of other talents on their network a lot differently, he said. A lot differently in a really bad way. Imagine if Charlie is allegedly sleeping with Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho, and there's somebody who's not sleeping with Joy Taylor. In other words, I believe he's saying here that he wasn't sleeping with Joy Taylor, so he was shown the door. Anyway, he goes on. let's just use me, because I've known Joy Taylor since she was born, basically. Before this lawsuit, I couldn't make sense of nonsense. But that part right there, the allegation of Joy Taylor sleeping with Charlie Dixon and Emmanuel Acho versus an example like mine, unlocks a lot. Both Taylor and Acho have been on the air at FS1 all week. Neither has commented about the lawsuit or allegations. Boy, man, so today, the full episode of Fearless with Jason Whitlock is going to be posted at 10 a.m. So, I mean, that's Eastern time. So it's already out now at the time of this recording here. I'm Central time, guys. So what do you guys make of this, man? Marcellus Wiley considering legal action against Fox Sports. And I'm wondering now, guys, if more people that aren't working at Fox Sports anymore, are they actually going to come out and think to themselves, wait a minute, hold on. I was forced out because I wasn't, I guess, sleeping with the right people. I lost my gig. Could it actually happen? I don't know, man. This definitely, guys, could be the beginning of the end of Fox Sports as we know it. To be more specific here, FS1. Wow. Gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.